Hey you guys, I'm up here on one of my favorite little roads in the Malibu Mountains called Corral Canyon. The only downside is it's no loop, it doesn't take you anywhere. So this is Corral Canyon. Right here you can see it connects up with PCH right down here. And you got a little gas station. That's why I met Scooter Tramp Scotty at that gas station. I wasn't even intending to stop. I was coming southbound on PCH. I saw him with his big old rig talking to some pretty little girl, and I just flipped a bitch and pulled in and met him. But it's a great spot to stop because you can just sit here and watch all the nice Harleys going by. And now, just now, all these old classic Volkswagen Bugs pulled in that gas station right there. So I just came from Neptune's Net, and up there you had all these old 60s and 70s Volkswagen buses, even the classic ones with the windows all around the top. And then you had all these Volkswagen Bugs, both of which I really love looking at. So not only did I have the pleasure of seeing all the motorcycles, but I also had the pleasure of seeing all those cool Volkswagen Bugs from my era, back in the 60s and 70s. So Big Red Betsy is driving like a charm, knock on wood. And I'm gonna go up Corral Canyon here in a minute. But I thought I would share this with you, this beautiful scenery, and I would breach a subject that is kind of unique because Chuck Giants is on the conservative side when it comes to this subject, and that's the subject of alcohol content when you're driving a motorcycle. So, you know, he's a little bit more aligned with MC Rider, the pure safety YouTube channel, when it comes to having zero alcohol when you ride motorcycles. But Chuck Johns does love his Bola and his Miller. So I wonder, you know, because we don't ever want to influence anyone to do something that could end up causing a fatality. So, you know, sometimes I kind of wonder if he's just giving advice for avoiding, you know, someone dying because of following his advice, or if he really never ever has any alcohol when he rides his motorcycle. Because Shade Tree Surgeon, on the other hand, loves, you know, it's kind of fun how you'll see him bar hop basically with his friends, and he doesn't even really try to hide the fact that he's, you know, going to his second or third bar drinking alcohol, and he'll show it, drinking alcohol, and then going and getting back on the motorcycles. I don't know, you know, what do you guys think? Should you never ever have a single drink of alcohol? Or is it okay to have one or two? I was just up with Travis at Neptune's Net, and I had a couple beers, but it was over a couple hours, and I have water in my saddlebags. I'm gonna drink some water right now. And I drive pretty casual. So, you know, I'm kind of in the middle on that topic. But I wanted to see what you guys think. You know, obviously the wise man, the smart man would say never ever. And the risk taker that likes to live life to the fullest without always trying to think about what's the safest decision would probably think, as long as you keep it in moderation. So you guys tell me, what is the right answer? You know, they're really, in this situation, I guess there is a right answer. You know, the right answer would probably be never ever to drink alcohol. I mean, even just for the sake of avoiding serious fines and AA meetings, and, you know, I mean, they really rake you over the coals these days. My cousin was driving home from a bar on his Harley with his girlfriend on the back, or not a girlfriend, a girl he dated a few times, and she passed out on the back of his motorcycle while he's driving, and he kind of realized that she'd passed out, so he draped her arm over his back and held on with one hand and had the throttle hand free to drive. And the cops, I guess they saw him swerving, so they pulled him over. And when he went to get off the motorcycle, obviously she just falls on the ground. That's kind of a DUI in the making, right? So he got a DUI for that. And he was so bummed out about the amount of cost that took. So just a few updates on my motorcycle, if I could just take a minute or two, is I got that nice stock leather seat on that I've told you guys about. I got the swing arms saddlebag. You know, so I have this little tiny visor here, and it helps when I have a little bit of air protection here with this blanket. So in the combination of these two, it kind of helps create a little bit of a wind tunnel over most of me. Just that little bit. I've always loved, like even on my Triumph Bonneville, I had a little fly screen. Just enough that with your helmet, if you lowered your helmet just a little bit, it would create a little bit of a kind of an airflow right over the top of you. Let me show you guys something I love, because I'm short, and so I would love to be able to use the full floorboard and pull my feet back here a little bit. For a while I took this heel shifter off and just used the toe, but then I found I was kind of stretching a lot to reach that sometimes, so I put it back on with this option. So when you're in 6th gear on the highway, bam, you can put your heel back here, all the way back here. And then when I need to downshift in 5th, I usually would just kick it back into place. That's always a nice option. I'm actually gonna think though about, from watching Doc Harley, seeing if I can lower this the lowest amount I can lower it, and see if it doesn't bottom out on the floorboard, because I do feel like I have to lift my heel kind of high sometimes. So I've ordered these, and they're going to come in the mail. These fork sliders, the front fork sliders, upper sliders. I got them in black powder coat. So I think that'll change the look of the bike to some degree. And then eventually, probably like 2 years from now, I'm gonna replace these front forks in powder coat and put in progressive front shocks at the same time. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good weekend.